We're live, and welcome to episode. Oh God, I don't even remember. I don't even remember what number episode. I didn't
22?
bother to check before we started either. So,
22, 23, around
well,
there.
I'm looking at it on my phone real quick. Give me a second. Episode 22. You were right, Mark. Episode 22 of the Hot Stove Podcast. I'm your host Zach. And I'm here with my co-hosts.
Josh.
Mark.
Drake.
Representative of Drake University, Austin. Yeah, so tonight we're going to be doing our March Madness selection show. This was an idea that I had for the show 2 years ago in 2019, until I realized that Selection Sunday was during spring break, so we weren't like on campus to do like our radio show, but we were going to do this exact thing live on the air on the radio. And now that we, live in a society, we're going to be doing it over Zoom. So give me someone want to vamp about something while I hydrate?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. We want to talk about vamping. The greatest, probably one of the greatest Big East tournament runs ever. The Hoyas. Make it happen. Shades of Jerry McNamara in 2006, Mark, with that run.
How about shades of Kemba Walker? Question mark.
I was.
Yeah, sure. I was just accused fandom, you know.
Yeah, it was very reminiscent of those GMAC Q's teams.
The shades of Oregon
Oh,
State
yeah.
there.
Jerry McNamara, the guy.
Do not disrespect GMAC to me right
But
now.
Mark, what did I say before we started about Drake University? I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know or care about Jerry McNamara. I'm just not. I'm not going to.
Disgraceful.
I will say.
Because I don't watch a dead conference. Oh, my bad.
Oh!
My bad. Right?
It wasn't dead in the
Syracuse isn't in the
2000s.
Big East anymore, and Georgetown sucks. So how about that? Austin, you're cool. All right.
No, baby.
Let's get
Big
to
Texas
trivia
guy.
or something.
Big
All
12 basketball.
Anyways, I only respect true Power 5 conferences, not some Super 6 bullshit that they try to throw in there. Anyways, housekeeping kind of stuff. Follow us on Twitter at Hot Stove Pod. That's at Hot Stove Pod on Twitter. Our Twitter account sucks. What are you gonna do? But still follow us, right? Over here on the YouTube side, make sure to smash the subscribe button, smash the like button. Josh is no selling it because I disrespected his barely above 500 favorite team who made the tournament. Smash the notification button. Leave a comment if you feel like commenting. Georgetown went 13-12. They're still not good. They'll still beat Colorado because the Pac-12 isn't good either. So
That's it.
what are you gonna do? That's a spoiler, right? Spoiler for later in the show when we talk about the bracket.
I'll get to see Florida State bend them over. That's nice.
So tonight, Florida State will do that to them. That's true. So tonight, what we're gonna be doing is on the show we're gonna be doing a bracket. I'm sure I'm gonna get yelled at for something or for something stupid, and then Mark is gonna talk about Syracuse in 1986 and how that's relevant. And then Josh is gonna talk about how good Patrick Ewing is, even though he's fat and not on the court anymore. And then Austin's gonna talk about some kid with cancer.
This is like when Jack Black threw Baxter over the fucking bridge. Like, what do you love, man? What do you love? What can I take from you? That's how I feel right now. You just take me. What can I take from
Literally
you?
nothing, and you know that.
I know, like, I'd love to be able to shit on him for the Bears right now, but who isn't?
And he doesn't.
Well,
even
it's not
care.
even that. It's like I've made it fairly apparent in our group chat that like I'm numb.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so emotionally detached from just about everything on this planet that nothing you can say about my favorite sports teams hurt me. I'm a Sabres fan, god damn it. That explains it.
It's rough.
All right. The only thing I have is the Yankees, and none of their good players are going to play more than 70 games this season. So, what the hell am I supposed to be excited about? Anyways, we'll talk baseball the next 2 weeks. Now, that's coming down the line. But before we get started on the bracket, I got some trivia and I have a game. We'll do the trivia first and then the game afterwards.
Oh no, is this the game that we're all really bad at?
No, it's not Guess That College. No.
Okay.
No. I will bring that back at some point, though.
I'll
Guess
be
That College
prepared.
is not a dead segment.
Okay.
But first, we got trivia. We got 2 trivia questions, both of them baseball related. Neither of them should be that difficult. I'm not trying to stump anybody here. Like that's we should be good. All right. All right. So this first one, I want you to wait until I'm done reading the question before you give answers, and please don't yell over each other. All right. Because I know this one's going to be kind of quick. Nelson Cruz. Excuse me. The man, the myth, the legend. Excuse me again. Has had 4 seasons after turning 35 with at least 30 home runs and a 270 batting average. There are 3 other players in Major League Baseball history who have done that. Tell me who.
4 seasons over 30 with 30 home runs, and what was the other one?
4 seasons over 35 with 30
okay.
home runs and a 270 batting average. They don't have to be consecutive.
Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds was the easiest one. Correct. Yes. He did it 5 times from 2000 to 2004.
Teddy Ballgame?
No.
What?
Ted Williams. That's who
Oh,
Teddy
I
Ballgame
didn't know. I didn't know that was his nickname.
This is a contentious episode already.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Mark's mad that I came after his precious Orangeman.
Yes.
I'll come after the Red Sox next, bitch.
Oh, trust me, I'll come after the Red Sox too. My least favorite athlete owns my favorite professional sports team. I'm
He
livid.
owns like a sliver of it. It means
I don't care.
Anyways,
it
more
means he's
trivia.
gonna be at Fenway, and I don't want him.
Will he actually be at Fenway?
Probably it'll probably be like a
Probably
Magic
with the
Johnson
Yankees
thing.
hat on.
He'll have a Yankees hat on. He'll be wearing an Indians jersey. Like, who cares? Yeah.
Oh man, this is impossible.
It's really not
Okay.
that difficult of a question.
Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth did it as well from 1930 to 1933.
And Hank Aaron.
And Hank Aaron was the other one.
I was giving them a chance.
69 to 71, and then he did it again in 1973. So Mark with the sweep on that one. I told you it was going to be an easy question.
That's true. I should have just thrown out vintage.
I've
All right,
never heard of those guys.
This one is a little less easy, and this one's current. This is current players, right? Since the start of 2019, there have been 2 pitchers. They have to have been ERA qualified, that whole thing. So we're talking starting pitchers here, who have had a sub-1 whip and a hard hit rate below 35%. Who are those 2 pitchers?
19, you said?
Since the start of 2019, so the last 2 seasons.
DeGrom?
DeGrom is 1. That's the easy one. That's the default answer for any pitching question.
Lucas Giolito?
Negative.
Lance Lynn?
His whip is way too high. Negative.
I don't
I know. I'm just giving answers out here.
Shane Bieber.
No, I'll give you a hint. Shea Bieber's hard hit rate is surprisingly high.
Is it?
He gets hit very hard, but not often. This is basically what it is. I'll give you a hint. This pitcher has played in both leagues over that span.
Over that span?
Yeah.
Bauer.
No.
No.
Trevor Bauer also gets hit pretty hard.
Ryu.
Yeah, that.
Hyunjin Ryu is a good guess. Not correct, though.
Oh, as soon as you
it's the
said that,
whip.
I thought that was it.
Wow.
I'll actually go look those stats up right now.
Garrett Cole. No,
Garrett Cole has
that's
only
one
played
league.
for 1 league.
I thought he. Oh, yeah. Duh.
The Astros are now in the American League.
yeah.
I still do that sometimes too.
Idiot.
I still
how
do
did
that
you forget
sometimes.
this guy. Yeah.
With Hyunjin Ryu, it looks like his whip over the last season is like a 1.08 or something like that. So not quite.
Wow.
Is it going to be like a Chase Anderson or something?
No.
Okay.
This guy's actually a good pitcher.
Okay.
I don't know if this is I don't know his playing style. But Walker Bueller?
No.
Just thinking about
Kershaw?
Kershaw's played in the American League since 2019?
Oh, yeah. I also forgot about that part of it. And he just gets Walker Bueller. I mean,
No, I knew the
teammate.
part of the question. I just didn't know if Walker Bueller had left. I knew. I very well knew.
I completely forgot about that part as soon as he said Walker Bueller.
No.
All right. Well, I'm not going to give you the specifics, but he went from the West to the Central. I'm not telling you which league to which, but
Greinke.
West to the Central. Not Zach Greinke. I believe he spent the entire. Actually, no, he was traded in 2019, right?
Oh, he went west to west.
Yeah, I was
You go
gonna
west
say.
to west,
I was gonna say that. So.
Oh.
Keuchel? Dallas Keuchel?
Oh.
Not a terrible guess. Also not correct. He
Okay.
went from the American League West.
Oh
to the
yeah, that's
American
also
League
the.
Central.
Once again, I keep forgetting the Astros are in the American League.
Yes.
Wow.
That is a good guess. I like that guess.
That was a good guess.
He was with the Braves last year.
Oh, he was.
Oh, he was.
He was with the
That's
Braves
right.
in 2019. I'm not sure he's ERA qualified over that time because he
I don't know.
only played like
He
half a
started
season with the
late,
Braves
yeah.
and- yeah. But still, a good guess. That's a really good guess.
Also, the Braves are in the East, so that
yeah.
wouldn't make sense. But
I'm starting to run out of pitchers. And I know I'm going to kick myself as soon as someone says the right answer.
Probably. My one last hint is that the first team that he was with was notorious for messing with his role a little bit.
Messing with his role.
So it's a guy who went back and forth between this rotation and the bullpen?
I cannot confirm nor deny that.
Maybe. Could be. Maybe.
yeah, I barely know starters, let alone relief guys, so I'm out.
Last year, in 2020, he was the starter for the entire season, and he will be again this year.
Controversy. I feel like this is easier than my brain's allowing it to be. Well, I'm gonna have to tap out.
Yeah, me too.
The answer is he went from the Dodgers to the Twins. It's Kenta Maeda.
Oh, Kenta Maeda. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Kenta Maeda is the answer.
You know,
Oh, that's why he's a little SPRP type player.
Yeah, well, basically the Dodgers wouldn't let him go more than 2 times through the inning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's very effective the third time through the inning. The Dodgers just refused, and now that he's in Minnesota, reins are off. He's going. He was great last year.
Opening day starter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So now it's time for our game. This one, there's going to be a lot of points on the line here. So this is going into the trivia points for the year. And this game here, each of you are eligible to get up to 15 points.
Woo, doggy.
Yeah. So we're gonna be playing a game here called Player or Poser.
Oh.
And we got the NCAA tournament coming up. Not that it's relevant at all, but basically I went and found a bunch of people. I have 15 people in total, and I want you guys to tell me. I'm gonna list. We're gonna go name by name, and when I say the name, you all have to give me an answer, and you're gonna have to tell me whether he is a actual player on an NBA roster or not.
NBA?
I like this.
NBA roster. So it's NBA player
This is college. I would just quit.
or poser. None
Yeah.
of them are college athletes.
So, but these
Wait,
are
I'm sorry,
guys.
none of them are college basketball players. There may be
But-
one college football player on here. That's beside the point.
Are they guys that like played college basketball and then some of them didn't go to the NBA, or is it just
No, they're on an NBA roster. You said.
No, it's every person that is a player is currently on an NBA roster. And
Well,
it
yeah, I
looks
understand that.
No,
but
I gotcha. I'm looking at it. It looks like every person that's not every poser has never played in the NBA. That there is. I'm not trying to trick anybody. I
wasn't asking about NBA. I was asking if they were a former college player that just didn't make it to the NBA.
I can't confirm or deny that.
No, Jerry
Okay.
McNamara is not on the list.
No, but like I was thinking of guys like that. Like,
I know.
No. It won't be like some guy that played college basketball in 2007
Okay.
and is now an accountant or something like that. You know.
Okay, that's what I was curious about.
I believe all of them, with the exception of one, is a current athlete.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, so like I said, I'm gonna give you a name, and you each are gonna have to tell me your answer, and then I'll tell you whether or not you're right. All right.
Okay.
Are we ready to play player or poser?
Yes, sir.
I'm in.
All right. So the first name is Chuma Okeke. Chuma Okeke. Chuma Okeke. You guys have, let's say, 20 seconds.
Player.
Player. I also think he's a player.
I'm also gonna go player.
I believe it's
All
pronounced
three of
Okiki.
you are correct. Chuma Okeke is a player for the Orlando Magic.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had him in a FanDuel app.
Oh,
Are you kidding me?
All
Plays
right.
like power forward / small forward, I think.
I have literally no idea. Anyways, second player here. I think the second player is probably the easiest of all 15. Not saying it's easy. I'm just saying it's probably the easiest. The second player is Guillermo Hernan Gomez.
All right. Well. Shit. Okay. I think I know.
I know one Hernan Gomez that plays in the NBA, but his name is not Guillermo.
That's what I'm saying. I know
Yeah.
Hernando Gomez or whatever the hell. All right. I'm gonna say player.
I'm also gonna say player. I think there might be two.
I'm gonna say poser because I don't think his name's Guillermo.
He's a baseball player, isn't he?
Well, Mark and Josh are correct.
Yeah.
Guillermo is the given name of Willie Hernan Gomez.
Oh,
Oh.
Yes, Mark.
Oh my god.
His brother Juancho also plays in the NBA.
Okay,
Way
that's
low.
the one I was thinking of. I thought he had a brother, but I thought it was Willie and Guillermo.
No. It is Guillermo and Juancho. They go by Willie and Juan.
Oh, okay.
My gosh. I knew Willie.
Yeah. Willie Hernan Gomez's actual name is Guillermo Hernan Gomez.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow. All right.
All right. Number 3. Number 3 is Seb Barlow. Sebarlow.
I'm gonna say poser.
I also will go posing.
Yeah, I'll go poser.
All three of you are correct. Seb Barlow is the name of the bassist for the band Neck Deep. Not an athlete at all. Yeah. So this is where the difficulty ratchets up here. All right.
Okay.
Number 4, Justin James.
Player.
Poser.
Poser.
Mark is correct.
Oh my.
Justin James is a player for the Sacramento Kings.
I've actually heard of
Damn.
him before for whatever
How did I
reason.
not know this? I watch a lot of Kings ball.
It's true. Same.
All right. So Mark got
Kinda
that one.
disappointing. Oh, man.
It's looking like, let's see here. Next up, number 5 is Quinn Bailey.
Poser.
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 All three of you are correct. Quinn Bailey is an offensive tackle for the Denver Broncos. All right. Next up, number 6 is Corey Higgins.
Player.
That sounds like an awesome basketball or just athlete name. That's scary though.
Poser. I don't know Higgins.
I'm gonna go player.
Austin, you are correct.
Oh.
Corey Higgins is a basketball player. but he is a guard for FC Barcelona in the EuroLeague. He's never played in the NBA. He went undrafted out of college and is now playing in the EuroLeague.
Where'd he go to college?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Sounds like awesome.
Let's see. He went to Colorado. So there you go. Corey Higgins.
I feel like I thought I remembered that name. That's why I immediately said player.
Good
All right.
basketball.
Next
It is a
up,
great basketball name.
next up, Anthony Gill.
Player.
I'm gonna say player. I think I know who he plays for, but I could just be capping.
I'll also say player.
All three of you are correct. Anthony Gill is on the roster for what team, Austin?
I was gonna say the Timberwolves, but I don't think that's right now.
That is incorrect. He plays for the Washington Wizards.
Mm.
Okay.
All right. So
Damn.
next up, I lost count of what number this is, but next up is Cameron Dunbar.
Poser.
Not a lot of Cams come out. You know, Cam Reddish was pretty big. Not a lot of Camerons.
Not a lot of Dunbars.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's a poser.
All right, I'm gonna fade the public. I'm gonna say player.
All right. Josh and Mark are correct. Cameron Dunbar is a forward for LA Galaxy, the MLS.
Oh,
Never heard of a Dunbar in basketball, but I had to fade. Go for it all.
Fair. All right. Next up is Quindary Weatherspoon.
oh, player. That's a
That's a player.
basketball name if I've ever heard one.
Leia.
You'd be correct. He plays for the Spurs. I kind of figured you guys would fall for it being like that ridiculous of a name that it would be like.
Oh no,
Like that.
that's
Oh,
a great
contraire.
name.
All right. Next up is Edmund Sumner.
Player.
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 I can tell you where he plays too. He plays for the Pacers.
Yeah, I
What
was
is
just gonna
wrong
say
with
he does play for the Pacers. I was gonna say the same thing.
What
You know
is
why I
wrong
know?
with you
Because
three?
he plays with Big Doug.
You guys make this no fun.
We're too good. We're too
I'm
good
a
at knowing
degenerate.
random role players
You're a
in the
degenerate.
NBA.
All three of you are degenerates. Anyways, role players. He plays like 2 minutes a game.
He really does.
Yeah.
He's not good. I think
Next-
he went to-
next up.
Georgetown.
Next up is Michael Mulder.
Poser.
Poser.
I'm down too many points. I gotta go player.
Austin, you are correct. Michael Mulder is a player for the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, I was thinking of Mark Mulder. I was like, isn't that the guy that used to pitch for the A's?
Yes,
No,
that is Mark
That's
Mulder.
Mark Mulder.
That's not what I was thinking of. No. All
God damn it.
right, next up is Devon Hamilton.
Devon Hamilton.
Poser.
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 Now, you guys are cowards all going together.
I
You're
didn't
all
say
right.
it first, man.
Yeah, Austin and I said it like the same time.
Devon Hamilton is a defensive tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Woo!
Sweet.
All right, next up is Nick Richards.
Player.
I gotta fade. Okay, this guy is definitely a player, but I'll go poser.
All right, Austin, you just cost yourself a point because he plays for the Charlotte Hornets, and I hate this. This is less fun than I expected it to be.
Why? I think it's fun
We're
still.
too
Yeah.
good.
Because you
Yeah,
just
but-
know all the players.
It's a
You know
50-50.
who- You know who Edmund Sumner is.
Okay, that
Yeah,
was.
I actually did know Edmund Sumner.
That was ridiculous. Next up is last two. We got two left here. Next up is Carlin Isles.
Poser.
No, that definitely sounds like a 12th man somewhere. I'm gonna say player.
Can I get the name again?
Carlin Isles.
No, this guy doesn't play in the NBA. Poser.
Austin, I feel bad. Carlin Isles is a poser. He is a player for the USA National Rugby Sevens team.
Ooh.
Yeah, I went deep for this one.
What happens when you get behind early? You got to keep fading the public, and you just you start falling farther behind.
All right, last one here. Last one. Player or poser, Nasir Greer.
Player.
Poser.
Greer, sounds hockey. Poser.
Nasir Greer sounds hockey.
Nasir Greer.
Yeah. Poser.
Well, Josh, you and Austin are correct. He is not an NBA player. He is a defensive back for Wake Forest. He's a college football player.
I thought I had heard that name before.
I got a
remember
last one.
When SU
Anthony
played Wake
Lamb.
Forest.
What'd you say, Austin?
Anthony Lamb, player or poser?
Player.
Poser.
He's playing tonight.
I had one in mind. I can't remember who it was. It was going to be a trick. Oh, it was Tyler Johnson. Was the joke? It was going to be the trick one because he is an NBA player. He's also an NHL player. So there are two Tyler Johnsons.
Is it Tyler Johnson or Tyler Ennis?
No, Tyler Johnson is a center or he's now a winger for the Lightning.
Oh, I thought wasn't there an SU guy?
There is also a Tyler Ennis.
Yeah, there is a Tyler Ennis in the NBA.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I doubt he's still in the NBA.
I didn't. Yeah.
Tyler Johnson in the NBA is currently a guard for the Nets.
Okay.
He's in the Nets now?
Yes. After Miami gave him that stupid big contract and traded.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he's in Brooklyn now. Yeah, so I actually was really bad and didn't really keep track while we were playing. I can tell you where we're at in terms of trivia scores after all of that. Mark has screamed ahead to a lead with 58 points. Josh has 53. Austin has 47, and I'm in the rear with 34. Because again, I make the games. I don't really play the games, so it is what it is. Now let's move on to.
I like that game, by the way. I think you should do that game with like other sports.
Yeah. I mean, we'll definitely, yeah. Next one, we'll do it with a sport that has deeper rosters, so you guys don't know every single player that exists.
Yeah, I was thinking that would be great for baseball.
I was gonna say football.
Football but just throw a bunch of like middle relievers in there.
Well, baseball gets tricky too because like, do I put minor league players in there or what? What do we do here? You know?
Oh,
right,
so,
yeah. So what we're gonna do here is I have it pulled up. This is the hot stove bracket right here on the hot stove invitational ESPN March Madness bracket challenge group. And what we're gonna do is we are going to. Oh, I had a notification. Miami Heat are up by 14 at halftime. Currently the hottest team in the NBA, if anybody was wondering. But
okay,
it's neither here nor there.
I don't know. The Celtics are playing some pretty good basketball, my guy.
Yeah, they've lost what, like 7 of 8? It's a joke. Laugh.
They've won
yeah, they're up
5 out of their last 6. So
Miami's won 10 of 11, bitch.
Ooh, roasted.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go game by game here. Now, I forgot to ask before we started, so we didn't have to do this on air, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Do we go region by region, or should we go round by round? I assume regions, right?
yeah, regions.
I'd say region up until the final four.
Okay. I would say when I fill out my bracket by myself, I go round by round.
I do as well.
But region probably just makes more sense for
Yeah.
the looks purposes of it. So I put us at the bottom of the screen here. Hopefully that translates well. Can you guys see yourselves at the bottom of the screen?
No, it's on the right side for us. So if you go
Oh,
up,
yeah, because you guys are viewing it, right?
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we're at the bottom of the screen right now, so we'll do it like that. Yeah, so we're just going to go by game. We're going to make picks, and I told Josh and Austin beforehand that I have a super scientific way of figuring out if we have a dispute. If we have a dispute and we can't settle it, because I'm sure we'll have a couple of splits where like somebody will be like, all right, fine, blah, blah, right? If we have a dispute that we can't settle, we're going to flip a coin.
Okay.
All right.
Heads will be the higher seed, tails will be the lower seed, and that'll decide who
I like it.
in our bracket.
I like it as well.
No,
You have a better idea, Austin?
I dispute that.
Well, it's 3-1, so don't worry about it. All right. So let's start here on the West region. I'll start with the number 1 overall seed Gonzaga facing either what is it, Norfolk or App State?
It's gonna be Norfolk.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna take Gonzaga.
I'm also going to take Gonzaga.
I'll take Gonzaga.
All right.
Close.
Next game is our first 8-9 matchup here. We got Oklahoma versus Missouri. Now Missouri's coming in. Both of these teams really are coming in off of really bad finishes to the season. For me at least, they're playing for the honor to get smoked by Gonzaga in the second round. So I picked Oklahoma in the game. Now I tend to look at, since I don't watch too much college basketball during the regular season. I watch a lot of the conference championships, and I try to do as much reading as I can right beforehand. But for like games like this, I tend to just like look at these face value stats for what they are, right? And I tend to see here that Oklahoma allows fewer points, scores more points. I don't love the record versus top 25 teams, but Missouri's not a top 25 team, so I don't really care all that much. I end up picking Oklahoma. What about you guys?
I personally picked Mizzou.
I think it's 2 SEC trash piles, and I will go with Oklahoma as well.
Oklahoma was projected to be a 4 seed in the tournament until the last 6 games of the season they played. So
they went 0-4 to close out the regular season.
Yeah,
1-5. They did disappoint. So I think they're the better team. I'm going Oklahoma as well.
All right, got Oklahoma.
Let it be known, Mark picked Mizzou though.
Yes, let it be known that Mark picked Mizzou.
Oklahoma was terrible at the end of the year.
To be fair, Missouri was not much better.
No, they weren't much better, but they were better. So what have you done for me lately, sort of thing.
All right, next one
that
we got here is
ones.
Creighton and the racist guy against UC Santa Barbara and the not racist guy. So I don't give much of a toss about this game. I like picking upsets, and I don't think Creighton is really all that good, even though they beat Villanova once. They beat UConn. Cool. I'm gonna take the upset here. I'm gonna go with UC Santa Barbara in this game.
Yeah, I like Creighton here. I like the 5-12s normally, but I don't know. UCSB seems like the flashy upset pick that I've seen around most people's board. I think Creighton just played like awkwardly bad in the Big East final, and I don't think that's reminiscent of how good they can be.
Mm-hmm.
I think they win this one. That'd be my pick.
I also agree. I think Creighton wins.
I agree. I think Creighton's just a way better team.
Let it be known that I'm on the right side of history.
Don't worry. I'm writing down every 3-1. I'm writing down whoever the 1 was, so they get their credit,
Okay. I got you. Are you going to give us a recap once we're done?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I let it be known that I'm on the right side of history. I picked the team that doesn't have a coach that says we should get back on the plantation. So remember that.
It's a figure of speech.
It's a racist figure of speech, Josh. That's what it is. All right. All right. Next up is Virginia versus Ohio. This is another trendy upset pick that I've been seeing around the streets recently, but I'm not taking it. I'm going to go with Virginia here. I know they had to withdraw for the ACC tournament because they had the COVID, blah, 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 blah. But it's Virginia, right? They're going to play good defense. They're going to shoot well from the 3. And I don't know. I don't know did Ohio win the MAC? Did they?
Yeah, they beat Buffalo.
They're the MAC champions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Virginia here. I have notes that I wrote down for a bunch of stuff, and I don't have it pulled up. I'm an idiot.
I like Virginia as well. I don't think it's much of a talk.
I have Ohio, and mostly because I either think Virginia is going to be low on players or maybe even withdraw. So I think Ohio might just get put through via that. I also think Ohio I forgot his name, which is kind of unfortunate. I don't have my notes either.
You can pull it up right here. His name is Jason Preston.
Yes, he's going to be drafted in the lottery. He's one of the best players in college basketball. So I like really good players against depleted teams due to COVID. And I don't think Virginia goes far because of that. So I like Ohio.
No, it's funny. We'll talk about that when it comes to a different region. I have a similar big upset pick for that exact reason.
But also the COVID, didn't they? Sorry, Mark. Didn't teams have to inform them by tonight at 6 if they were not going to be able to field a roster?
Yeah, so if they field a roster, they either have to play or Ohio just wins the game. If more
Yeah.
COVID.
So currently, as it stands, the field is locked. No replacement teams are being called in. You have to have 5 players in order to play. So, I mean, Virginia could play with their 5 lowest bench players. That's a possibility. That's a possibility. You know.
I agree with Austin. I have Ohio.
Ooh.
And here, it's not just for the COVID thing. That, that's part of it for sure. But I was sent this tweet by a buddy of mine talking strictly about gambling. And this is why I also have Ohio in this game. But historically, the lower seed upsets come from elite offensive teams that are ranked top 50 in offense. And Ohio University is ranked 29th in the country. And you throw that against a depleted Virginia team, I think Ohio comes out with the upset. So
Looks like we have our first coin flip of the evening here.
mm-hmm.
Let's see what it is.
Heads is the higher seed.
Yes, and it's looking like Virginia is going to advance on our hot stove bracket.
Let it be known.
Let it be known.
Yeah,
that it
I'm
was even.
gonna write down the coin tosses too. Make
No,
sure.
okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Austin. All right, next up we got USC versus our first play-in team between Wichita State and Drake. Now, I don't know about you guys. I didn't watch. I usually watch a fair amount of Pac-12 basketball. I didn't watch a lick of it this year, so I don't know whether or not USC is actually good. But I do know that Wichita State and Drake are 2 of the hottest teams in the country coming into the tournament. I poo-poo Drake University, but I do understand that they're a very good basketball team. I think there's going to be different conditions when it comes to playing games, but for me, I will take either Wichita State or Drake over USC. I don't care who wins the playing game.
Yeah, I like Drake in this game. So
Yeah, I do as well.
Wichita State is really bad. Drake's going to win that game, but USC is way better than Drake, and that game won't be close, but it's already outmatched, so it doesn't matter.
All right.
You rooting for Pac-12?
Yeah, I mean, they're just way better than Drake. It's not really close.
Okay.
I agree.
But what happens? Just let me slow this down for a second. What happens if Drake just loses Thursday night? Are you all still picking Wichita State to win?
I've already said that I will.
Not. I'm not.
All right.
No. Yeah.
So in the case that Wichita State wins, I will go and change it in our bracket.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next one, Kansas, East Washington. I don't really think that's much of a question.
It's Kansas.
Kansas to me is another one of those teams that is one of the hottest teams in the country right now coming into the tournament. They found their mojo after a rocky start to the season. Never count out the Jayhawks. I'm going to take them over East Washington.
Yep.
I agree. COVID might be an issue at the start of the tournament, but they're playing East Washington. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The next one, Oregon and VCU. Now, Oregon to me is probably the best team out of the Pac-12. I know Colorado ended up winning it. I know Oregon State ended up winning. It was Colorado and Oregon State in the final. But to me, Oregon is one of the most balanced teams in the country. I like their style of play. I know they haven't played anybody really all that good, and that's fair. I mean, that's fair. They play in the Pac-12. But they got 2 players right here. The 2 players in Chris Duarte and Eugene Omorie. I don't know who are both averaging almost 17 points a game. I like teams with balance when it comes to the tournament. I'm gonna take them over VCU.
Yeah, I like Oregon.
I like Oregon too.
So
what is that, Josh?
That's it. Oh, Oregon. Yeah, I was saying Mark's gone.
Okay.
Mark's gone. Yeah.
And I don't think we have much of a question here when it comes to Iowa and Grand Canyon University, right?
Yep.
Grand Canyon has a good player, I think, though.
Let's see. Let's see what it has to say.
Maybe it's not Grand Canyon. No. I know who it is. It's Oral Roberts. That's the team.
Oral Roberts is going to get smashed in the first
they have the leading scorer in the nation, Max Abmas.
Mark, just to make sure, you Oregon, VCU.
I actually had VCU.
Well, it didn't matter.
Let it be known.
Let it be known that Mark picked VCU, and then Iowa and Grand Canyon.
It's Iowa.
Okay. All right. So next game here, Gonzaga versus Oklahoma. Now I said it in the first round here. Obviously, at this point, we're abandoning our original picks if they were changed. Blah 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 whole thing. We're analyzing what's in front of us, right? Gonzaga versus Oklahoma. I said in the last round that this is probably just a matchup to see who gets destroyed by Gonzaga, and I believe that. So I'm taking Gonzaga. It's not really much of a question.
Yep, Zag.
I think it's a little scarier than that. Oklahoma and Missouri both have beat teams like Alabama and Arkansas and really good teams. So if at their peak, they could play with anybody. But yeah, I think Gonzaga wins at least this game.
All right. So in this hypothetical world in which Virginia doesn't have COVID problems, right? And they end up playing Creighton in the second round. Who are we taking here? Now, personally, I'm taking Virginia. I just think they're overall the better team. They played better competition. They've played better against the better competition.
Yeah, I like Virginia too.
I do as well.
Probably take Creighton, but that's fine.
Let it be known.
Let it be known that Austin took Creighton.
Mark, what do you got there tonight? Sorry to interrupt. What do we got?
Mac and cheese.
Again? Same place?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. It's that good, huh?
This guy's addicted.
Guy, I gotta come get some. Holy shit.
Bacon, buffalo sauce, 2 types of extra cheese.
All right.
Delicious.
Next up is, assuming it's Drake that's made it past USC. We have Drake versus Kansas. I pick Kansas here.
I like Drake.
I also like Kansas.
They're the playing team that gets hot. It happens every year. You see it happen. Buffalo a couple years ago. It happens. I like Drake. That in my bracket, I picked Drake. I like Drake.
I picked Kansas in my bracket, so I'm going to go with that. But I also wouldn't be shocked at all if Drake won that game.
I would, because they won't be playing Saturday, let alone in this next round. Thursday in a 32.
All right. Well, anyways, so this Oregon-Iowa game, I think I might be the dissenter here, but on my bracket, I ended up picking Oregon in this game, partially because of, this is where my notes come into play right here, right? I have actual notes about the teams that scare me the most in the tournament this year in terms of higher seeds, and Iowa is one of them. Not only does Iowa play really bad perimeter defense, but they are 316th in the nation at creating turnovers. So against a team like Oregon, who's a super balanced attack, I'm not sure. I know some people like to take the, almost like the team with the star player, right? And Luka Garza is the star player, right? I'm not one of those people most of the time. Obviously certain circumstances depend on other things, but I ended up taking Oregon in this game.
Yeah, I have Iowa. I am the star player guy, and I think Iowa, they won't be able to beat like elite level competition consistently, I don't think. But like a team like Oregon and anyone really outside of like a 5 seed or low, I don't fear for Iowa and Luka Garza.
It is worth noting. I'm sorry. It is worth noting that Oregon has made the Sweet 16 in each of their last 3 tournament appearances.
Well, they're due.
I'm gonna go with Oregon as well. I don't think Iowa can defend anybody, and I don't think a slow, unathletic big is good for the tournament. So
I will take Iowa. Luka Garza is that dude.
All right, we got another coin flip here. Who we got? Give me Oregon. Damn you. Damn you, coin. Let it be known. Let it be known. Here we are with the 1, 2,
fucking
3, 4
chalk.
Sweet 16.
Yeah, chalk.
I wouldn't worry about it. Chalk is just everyone's bracket to the
Chalk's
Elite
elite.
Eight or Sweet 16.
So Gonzaga versus Virginia. Again, I took Gonzaga in this game. You're going to see a theme here with me and the Bulldogs. All right.
I think Gonzaga just rolls whoever they play there. They already rolled Virginia once.
They beat them by 30, didn't they?
Yeah, it wasn't
like 20
close.
Something, yeah, but yeah.
Let it be known then.
Wow.
Yeah.
Passion.
And then Kansas versus Iowa. I would personally take Kansas in this game. Like I said, I think Kansas is streaking at the right time, and as Austin said, Iowa can't guard a soul. So
yeah, I'm not really worried. I think as soon as Luka Garza starts, playing like more physical, athletic teams, it's gonna get harder for him. I don't know. I'm out on that. I go Kansas.
Kansas as well.
Let it be known.
Shocker. Josh really likes the white guy teams. Am I right, everybody? He's a big Iowa and Virginia guy, you know?
Iowa does have the highest assist to turnover ratio by a large margin in the country.
They love passing the ball.
And then this Gonzaga versus Kansas game. I think it's a really interesting matchup. I think I'm notorious among this group for picking Kansas to win every single goddamn year.
Oh my! I do the exact same
Luke.
thing.
I picked each of the last 3 years that I've done a bracket. I picked Kansas to win, and it obviously hasn't worked.
Yep.
I ain't doing it this year. I'm going with the Zags. To me, so let's talk about Gonzaga at least for a second, right? And why, at least to me, this Gonzaga team is a little different. I know it's difficult. It's difficult to just be like, oh yeah, Gonzaga's just gonna roll through the tournament, blah blah blah, because it's been 45 years since there's been an undefeated team in college basketball. I understand how supremely difficult it is, but I also think that this Gonzaga team is more talented than any team they've had in the last, however long. I mean, they've made 21 straight tournament appearances, and this is probably the most talented team they've had. They have two players who are probably going to be lottery picks this year, including another one, the third guy whose name I can't remember, who's borderline first rounder ish. I'm bad with names, but I don't know. I think Gonzaga is one of those rare teams. There's a couple of them in the field this year, but I think Gonzaga is one of those rare teams that, like, barring serious injury, I can't see a visible weakness with them, which is why I would take them over Kansas.
I will also take them over Kansas.
I'll take them to beat the team they already beat this year in Kansas.
I'll take the Zags.
I did not know that they played.
Yeah, they've beaten Virginia, Kansas, and Iowa.
Gotcha. Well, so that's why that's why everybody was saying they got the easy draw. Okay.
Yes, they beat them all by 10 plus as well.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'll ask, I guess, now that at the end of the region, who do you guys have in your personal brackets making it to the Final Four out of the West?
Gonzaga.
I had Virginia.
Gonzaga.
I also had Gonzaga. That was one. All right, let's move on to the South region here, over the right of my screen over here. First game, Baylor versus Hartford.
Baylor.
Yep.
Let it be known. I'm just kidding. All right. Hartford making their first ever tournament appearance. I'm sorry, but Baylor's going to 40 clip that. Next up is a really interesting game to me, actually, is North Carolina and Wisconsin. I don't know too much about Wisconsin this season. I have watched a fair bit of North Carolina basketball, and they fascinate me because they were one of those teams that, like, I don't know, maybe was going to kind of be on the bubble, and they ended up getting a couple of key wins down the stretch. Made it in. What scares me the most, and I did pick North Carolina to win this game. What scares me the most is their backcourt, and the fact that their backcourt is, let's just say, turnover happy, to say the least. That's putting it lightly, right? So I think a team like Wisconsin that can get physical with them like that poses a real challenge. I think the game's going to be close, but I think North Carolina is, like, sneaky good in terms of, like, the trenches areas, like down on the boards and whatnot this year. So I think that might be good enough to squeak them by here in the first round against Wisconsin.
I know.
Yeah. I also have UNC.
North Carolina.
Damn.
Wisconsin's too freaking wild.
Damn. All right. Next up, Villanova versus Winthrop. Remember we were talking about Grand Canyon, and they got the one guy who's really good? Well, Winthrop has Chandler Vaudrin, who's leading the nation in triple doubles this year. Whatever you want to take for that. Who was the guy on Villanova that got injured? The hell's his name?
I forgot his name.
Oh no, Colin Gillespie.
Gillespie.
Colin Gillespie.
Right.
Gillespie?
Gillespie, I think, yeah.
Okay. Well, he's injured. Obviously, the Wildcats are reeling right now after that Big East tournament. And Winthrop is coming in. They only got one loss on the year, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yep.
23-1 coming into the tournament. Winthrop is my every year I pick some sort of, like, random 10 plus seed or 10 plus seed team to make a run. Winthrop is my team this year. So I'm going to take Winthrop over Villanova first round.
I think this is the four teams, by the way, this Villanova through North Texas area, that could just be like it could absolutely be anything. I think Villanova, just better coach, better overall players. I think like even missing their best player, I think they still just have the experience in coaching to win. So I'm gonna go Villanova.
Yeah, I like Villanova too, to be honest with you. But again, to Austin's point, Winthrop could play North Texas next round, and I'd be not phased at all.
Yeah, I agree. I think Nova wins, but
right.
I really like this part of the bracket.
Let it be known.
Let it be known that you all are crushing my dreams.
But to be
we're
fair,
still going. We're
do you
still
know-
going chalk here.
Do you know the percentage brackets right now that have Winthrop winning?
How many?
Over 70%.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
So we just went anti-chalk by taking the 5.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. I mean, this is the second straight 12 seed that I've taken over 5. Let it be known I did take UC Santa Barbara over Creighton. So,
Maybe not.
all right. Now, next up is Purdue versus North Texas. This game is a fucking shit show. All right.
Yeah.
North Texas seems to be like the trendy upset pick, except apparently 70% of people are picking Winthrop to win. But North Texas seems to be like this team right here. And Purdue is just strange to me because they're like mad tall, but like I don't know as if they do anything else really well other than being like mad tall. Anybody care to fill me in on if Purdue's any
No,
good?
they're pretty much North Carolina, but a little bit better. Like North Carolina just plays big man all the time and just kind of wins. That's kinda what
Or
Purdue does.
Florida State, but worse.
Yes, kind of like in that area. I don't know. I think North Texas kind of just sucks. So I like Purdue here, but I don't think Purdue's anything special by any means.
Yeah,
I also like Purdue.
Yeah, I mean, I took Purdue too, but like, oh, this is a super fun bracket, everybody. We're doing
Yeah,
great
that
here.
4 teams is like, I mean, it could just be North Texas, Winthrop. I have no doubt for that.
I got a NBA trade rumor here. The Miami Heat and Oklahoma City Thunder are in active talks for a Trevor Ariza trade.
what? What do you need to
That's
talk
big.
about? What do you
So
want?
they're going to do the same thing they did last year with Andre Iguodala.
Yeah,
They want a third rounder for him, or what do they want?
third
Third
rounders don't
rounder.
exist anymore. Yeah.
Third rounder.
Next up is Texas Tech versus Utah State. I've been hearing some like buzz adjacent things about Utah State coming into the draft. Oh, it's because they got the one player whose number is 44 because of the Wendy's 4-for-4.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that?
And I'm taking them.
I mean, I took Texas Tech. I still think Texas Tech is mad overrated, and we'll get to that in the next round. I don't think I've been documented on the show saying that I don't think Mac McClung is actually that good. So, it's not. They don't really have much in terms of like a secondary threat behind him. So, I mean, I could be swayed. This is one of the ones where if it's split, I could be swayed to the Utah State side. But I took Texas Tech.
I mean, they're bad too. Like I by no means think Texas Tech could make a run in this thing, but I think they win a game, so I'd pick them to win it.
Yeah, I think they win. I think they're just a better team. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of tough to pick Utah State here.
Let it be known.
Oh, so let it be known.
And the next one that might just end up being a 400-point combined total between Arkansas and Colgate. Two teams that love to run the floor and push the pace. I'm gonna shocker. Take the better team here. Take the team that's played good teams.
Yeah. Could
the
you do
three
me a
seed
favor?
is
Can
fun.
you click the little info thing on
Yep.
this? I just want to alert your attention
Yeah.
to something.
Yep. You look at this.
Not that.
No. Look at the results.
Yeah, keep going down. No opponents within a top. Yeah.
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 So I mean, both these teams average north of 80 points a game. Like I said, it's going to be probably a shootout. But I still think Arkansas might end up blowing the doors off of this game.
Yeah, I don't think it. Yeah, I'm taking the under for the gamblers out there because Arkansas is going to win like 90-65. So there you go. Mark it.
I like Arkansas as well. Just to
Yep.
dominate.
All right. So next one, Florida and Virginia Tech. Florida was my pet team a couple years ago when they were like a 5 seed, and I was like, this team is making a Final Four run, and it
That's
didn't
when they
quite
had like
happen.
Gioza, right?
What'd you say?
They had Gioza. I forgot his
Yeah.
first name.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because they were the team that year that like lived by the 3, died by
Yeah.
the 8. They were that team. And it didn't quite work out. I think I ended up taking Virginia Tech. I wasn't really feeling confident about this game. I don't really know too much about either team. I know Virginia Tech plays about as slow as molasses. That's all I know.
So fun fact: SVP had a nice little thing last night talking about 10 seeds and higher who have a possibility to make it to the Sweet 16, and like 4 of the last 6 to do it have been number 1 ranked by this stupid stat. It was something stat, whatever. And Virginia Tech second with a 16% chance to do it behind only one other team. So I like Va Tech in this. I'll reveal the other team when we get there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I like Vata. I think Florida's way overranked. I don't know why they're 7. To be honest, they're like not even that good. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Seth Greenberg went off about that on the day of. They're like, "What the hell? How does that even happen?"
They should have been a 9. I don't know. I like Virginia Tech.
Yeah, I also don't think Florida's that good, but I also don't think Va Tech is that good. Like, I don't really like either of these teams, so I just picked Florida because I think they might have a little bit of an edge. But
Let it be known then. Let it be known. Mark.
Well,
that's one I don't even care if it's let it be known. Like, I don't care about this game in the
Well,
slightest.
I will let it be known that Mark and Josh are the big let it be known guys so far.
oh, you're marking down how many times each of us have said "let it be known."
Well, I've written down the name next to the let it be known, so I just see them on
Gotcha.
the names.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next one, Ohio State versus Oral Roberts. Ohio State. This is an interesting case to me, and I'm sure we'll talk about them more. Excuse me, in depth as we move forward. I'm not sure this
Spoiler.
game will be an interesting case.
Yeah.
I think this is the big 215 scare of the day. I think
Yeah.
this is the big like close game till like maybe 6 or 7 minutes left, and everyone goes, "Okay, take it
They're
easy."
pulling away.
Like I said, the leading scorer in the country plays for Oral Roberts, so maybe he like wills his team to a first half like 1-point lead or something.
Oh, I can see that. Oral Roberts is up by like 3 at halftime, and everybody's freaking out.
Yeah, but I think Ohio State's just a better team. Will end up winning over time. I think it's fine.
Yep.
Yep.
Baylor versus North Carolina up here. Originally, when I did the bracket, I was making a sneaky case for North Carolina to come in and beat Baylor. Part of that is because I think Baylor's overrated, and the other part of that was stupid. Like I said, I'm terrified of UNC's backcourt, and with a team like Baylor, if you start turning the ball over, you're gonna get 30 points. Like they're just gonna run you up and down the court. So I'm gonna take Baylor in this game.
I think Baylor should be up there with like Oklahoma and Missouri's of the world as far as teams who have been the opposite of peaking at the right moment, falling apart at the right moment. So I like UNC in this game actually.
Let me tell you guys why you should not pick UNC. I'll give you just a little bit of a tournament play reason why. Does anyone think that North Texas, Purdue, Winthrop, or Villanova are good enough to make the Elite Eight, Sweet 16?
No.
No.
And could Wisconsin have more than a 40% chance of winning that game
Against Baylor?
against North Carolina?
Yeah.
So the point is that if you have North Carolina making what would then be probably Elite Eight, they could very well lose on day one. Baylor cannot lose on day one. All those other 4 teams are garbage. I like Baylor to beat North Carolina anyways, but I'd even be scared, even if I liked North Carolina, to send them running down the board when they've been up and down, and could just lose. And then what? Then we got Baylor out in the second round. I don't like it at all. I like
All right.
Baylor.
Well, let it be known that Josh picked UNC over Baylor.
Let me know.
right.
Let's go.
I would take Baylor in this game. On my bracket, I had Villanova beating Baylor right here.
Wow,
So,
okay, well that makes me feel a little better. At least someone's got like some insurance here.
yeah. So I would take Baylor here, but if they were playing Villanova instead of UNC, I would have taken Nova.
Well, Villanova isn't. They wouldn't
You
play
mean like
until the Sweet 16. So,
Yep, I was looking at the wrong thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that game, Villanova versus Purdue. This is a game I originally had Winthrop in, and I had Winthrop winning against Purdue. That being said, I don't know. I'm still going to ride the injury angle. I'll take Purdue or Villanova. Fuck it. Who
I
cares?
agree. I'll ride
I
the
do have
angle.
Nova here.
We're gonna have to go to the coin.
Son of a bitch.
Gross.
Oh,
Hey, oh no, that's Nova. Oh no.
I hate it. I hate it here.
Mark and me have lived and died by the coin. So
I've lost 3. Well, yeah, I've lost all 3 coin tosses.
yeah,
Only
you
one.
and Nunya. I think it's been me and
No,
Mark.
Mark
every one.
and Mark
No,
and me have Ohio.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I've lost one.
So
Yeah,
I'm not
I
too
don't
upset.
believe I've won one yet.
I'm
Not too
3-0.
upset here because I think both these teams will get smashed by Baylor.
Same. I agree. Texas Tech, Arkansas, similar to the Baylor versus UNC thing. Like I think, or even a Baylor versus Villanova, which I guess we'll talk about. I think Arkansas might just blow the doors off of Texas Tech here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm riding high on Arkansas going into the tournament. Not to spoil anything moving forward.
I like
My-
Arkansas.
I like
I like
Arkansas as well.
Arkansas as well.
my own personal picks, but yeah,
They're
I
playing really well right now.
I love Arkansas, and it's going to be tough to pick them against. I have them playing Ohio State in the Sweet 16 because those are like 2 of my favorite teams in the country coming in terms of making deep runs, and the fact that they'd have to play each other second weekend hurts my heart. But yeah, I would take Arkansas over Texas Tech, and I don't think it would be particularly close.
Yep.
Anybody else?
Oh,
We all
Arkansas.
agree.
I
I
thought,
think,
yeah.
I thought we all agreed. Yeah, Arkansas.
All right. Then Virginia Tech, Ohio State. I feel like it's a similar thing. Like we both,
Yep.
I don't think any of us were enthused about Virginia Tech in the first place. And Ohio State's not really a team that's going to go and beat itself. There's actually some stats in the information page about that.
Yeah, I think they need to play a team that's comparable to them or better than them to lose. I think they're just pretty consistent.
They're elite in both free throw and turnover rate. Fun fact.
Yeah, I like them.
I like Ohio State as well.
Yes, we got some parity here with a 1, 2, 3, 5.
Ooh,
Yeah.
only due to a coin toss. Keep in mind.
Yes, only due, only due to a coin toss. All right, Baylor, Villanova.
Nova.
Look, man,
Baylor.
it's gonna be a no for me, dog. All right.
Look, if this is the matchup, I don't think this is close. I mean, to
Yeah.
have your best player not play, and you're playing a team who sure stumbled due to the fact that they had COVID and most of their players were sitting out towards the end of the season. Baylor is just gonna stop Villanova. I don't know. Let it be known, though.
Let it be known that Mark was wrong on this one. And then Arkansas, Ohio State. This is the game that I've had the most trouble in picking. I've flipped back and forth on this one because I have this matchup in my Sweet 16. Because Ohio State's really balanced. They're not going to beat themselves. You know, we've already talked about that. Arkansas is going to try as hard as they can to push the pace. And I have some other stats here about Ohio State. So if you guys want to talk about it, I know I don't have any Ohio State stats. Never mind.
Oh man, this is tough.
I personally like Arkansas. I've got Arkansas making a run. So
I think Arkansas as well. I'll take Arkansas.
It's pain. I will say we're going to go with Arkansas because I also have them winning. But like,
Okay. Let it be known then.
I feel that, Josh.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean that's just
That, like I said, that was the hardest game for me to pick.
Because I've been, even tonight, like I've been molded into Arkansas. I wanted to pick them, but I picked OSU on my bracket, so I'll let it be known.
Yeah. That's fair. Oh, I almost skipped past this. Baylor, Arkansas, that's a really fun matchup. Like I like that a lot.
Game.
That's gonna be a high scoring game, and like I said, I it's another difficult one, right? Because Baylor has 5 players shooting 40% or better from 3 right now on the season. So you can lose on an off shooting night if you have like 1 or 2 players shooting that well. But when you have an entire lineup that's shooting 40%, 40+%, it's kind of difficult to have one of these off shooting nights. That being said, I'm one for taking the hotter team. And as we see here, Arkansas won 12 of their last 13 coming into the tournament. Moses Moody is on a tear at the moment. I went with Arkansas. Arkansas made the Final Four in my personal bracket.
If it got to this, I'm kind of with you on that, where like you just take heat almost to a certain extent, and I'd like Arkansas. I think if they beat Texas Tech, OSU, and then Baylor, I like Arkansas.
I will mention Arkansas's last loss, however, was to LSU, also a very high scoring team who can shoot a lot of threes. I think that maybe defense and up and down pace might actually beat them. I think Baylor can beat them here. I'll take Baylor.
Give me the Razorbacks. I'm all in on Arkansas.
Let it be known, though, that Austin had Baylor making it over Arkansas. So we've got those first 2 regions filled out. So I move down here to the East region. This region is where I have the chaos happening.
Yeah, I could see it.
This is the chaotic energy region to me. So let's start it. I assume that I have Michigan winning this first game here. Anybody?
Yeah.
LSU versus the Bonnies. I prefer LSU in this game. Like Austin mentioned, they're a bit more of a high flying attack. They have a couple of guys who are like NBA level scorers, and I think that goes a long way, especially against a team in a mid major where I think the separation could just be like pure talent in one of those kinds of games. So I like LSU over the Bonnies.
Same.
So make it 3.
Give me the Bonnies.
Wow.
Let it be known.
Next up is Colorado versus Georgetown. Look. Well, Colorado's probably the better team. Probably.
Yes.
Most likely. Definitely the better team.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I'm not going to take the Hoyas. Doesn't mean I'm not
Yeah.
going to take.
I'm just
I'm
not
not gonna
scared
take
of
the team.
Colorado making a run. Like, if I miss on this upset pick, right? Am I gonna be like, oh no, Colorado win on a run? I don't know. I don't see that happening in a million years.
Yeah.
This is where I definitely take the Austin strategy of I think Florida State's gonna pounce either of them next round. So I like the upset pick, and yeah.
That was exactly my thought behind it. I'll take Georgetown again. Somehow it's going to be like a 62-58 kind of game. They're just going to these two teams are just going to pound on each other.
They're either going to win close or get fucking dominated. They'll either just fall off a cliff after the week and just have nothing left.
I'll take the Hoyas. Give me some Hoya paranoia in the first round here.
It pains me, but yeah, give me the Hoyas. I hate saying it.
And then we got Florida State against UNC Greensboro.
Can we get a let it be known that Nunez has 3 12s winning so far?
Yes. Big 5.
Not going to be 4. I'll tell you that much.
Thank God. That would be true.
It will not be 4.
Florida State.
Yep. Yeah, no talk there. UNC.
This next game, I think, is contingent on who wins the play-in game for me. I would take Michigan State over BYU. I would not take UCLA over BYU.
Completely.
So do we want to operate on the assumption that would we all take Michigan State over UCLA?
I would.
I personally like BYU against either of them. So
okay, well, let's tackle this play-in game first.
I'd take MSU, yeah.
Okay.
I would take MSU as well.
Okay, so operating under the assumption that Michigan State is playing BYU, who would you take? I would take Michigan State.
Michigan State.
I think they've kind of found their rhythm headed into the tournament. I mean, I know it's going to be the narrative, but they did beat the three best teams, three top 10 teams in the country within the span of like 4 days, like 5 days of each other. Like this
They can
team
get
is
hot.
not to be messed with come
They
tournament
have a
time. I
really
took
good
Michigan State.
coach.
Let it be known. I like the Mormons.
There you go. Did
I
you
don't like Mormons in any context.
So
Did you
if
see the-
UCLA wins, do we want to like swap out?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I'd
if UCLA wins, we swap out.
Did you see the thing with the Mormons, by the way, as you put a mark, that if they were to win and make it to the Sweet 16, they'd adjust next week's game for them so they don't have to play on Sunday because, like, religious stuff. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's, an odd request. What if you start making certain requests like I can't play for another week? My religion. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Maybe God wanted you to play next Sunday then, huh?
Next
There we
up
go.
is
Here.
I'm scared for what we talk about in the round of 32, but I'll still take Texas over Abilene Christian.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Texas.
UConn, Maryland. I don't know if I have much of an opinion on this game. I've flopped back and forth. I believe I ended up taking UConn. I think it'll be close. I think UConn's a fun team. I think they're a fun story. They're pretty balanced as well. I like me some balance. You probably heard it 30 times so far today. So I ended up taking the Huskies. I could see it going either way.
I like the Huskies.
UConn, one of the best against the spread teams in the country. They don't beat a lot of teams that are better than them, but they keep it close. And I actually just think they're better than Maryland. So
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
I like UConn.
Yep. I like UConn.
And then I assume we don't have a Rick Pitino 15-2 upset here between Iona and Alabama.
Oh,
But I think
No, I
Alabama will probably just beat the brakes off of them.
I think
Damn,
this is like a 90 to like 40 game.
I was really hoping that Iona could have gotten like Houston or someone weaker at the 2 so that they would have had a shot. But
They don't have a shot if they played BYU.
how dare
Give
you?
them Georgetown.
How
and they'll
dare
win.
you? You know who Rick Pitino is? He's one of the greatest coaches of your generation.
Like I told you earlier, they're the 8th seed in
I
that
know.
conference for a reason.
They were the 8th seed in their conference. They ended up winning
They
it.
just got
They
hot.
won
Yeah.
the tournament. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, Alabama's going to beat it by 60. All right.
yeah.
Michigan versus LSU. This is where I think the chaos happens. Michigan is my pick for the 1 seed that's going to lose the first weekend. And I have them losing to LSU for the reason that Isaiah Livers has broken his foot. Maybe he plays in that game, presumably in the second round. It's certainly possible. I don't count on it. And I question how effective Michigan will be able to be when, I understand that Isaiah Livers isn't their primary scorer, but when you take away your secondary score, your primary score's effectiveness goes down. Like that's just how that works because they can defer, defensive attention to them. So I took LSU in this game, and I'm feeling pretty good about it, to be honest with you.
I can give you the update on this one. Isaiah Livers, 2nd in points, 3rd in rebounds, 1st in minutes for the team. They're 33-4 with him over the last 2 seasons, 6-7 without him.
He started every game this year up until
that team just needs him to play. I'll take LSU. I'm scared that they won't be able to keep up with LSU without him.
I think they're good enough to get one more game, but that's mostly on the backs of I think LSU kind of just had a lucky run in the SEC, and that they're not necessarily that good. So I'll say Michigan for this round.
I also go Michigan.
Oh God,
Josh, it's you and me, buddy.
I hate you two. I really do hate it.
It's gonna be.
let's
You
go!
fucking kidding me?
Dude, I'm
I've lost
5-0
every
tonight.
coin flip.
I gotta make a big bet right now. I'm 5-0 on coin tosses.
You guys are 5-0 on being wrong.
5-0. I thought it was 4-0.
4-0.
I'm
Whatever.
4-1.
This
Wait,
is
what?
you're
3-1.
Point toss did I
talking about
miss?
Galaxy Brain butt buddies. These two.
Yeah,
These
this
two
is
are the new
insane.
incarnation of the Galaxy Brain.
That's
butt
fine.
buddies.
They took a team who might lose 116, so I don't care.
So now, Austin, just know that. I mean, let it be known that you and I are right. Right.
Yep.
Next one, Georgetown, Florida State. We already mentioned it. Florida State's going to beat the shit out of whoever they play in the second round. Neither Georgetown or Colorado can hang with them. Give me the Seminoles.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, give me Florida State.
Oh, I hear
Let
Mark.
it be known.
You're a fucking idiot. Anyways,
Yeah,
Thank God I
Georgetown?
didn't troll. Oh my God, Mark, we could have ruined it.
dude, if you had trolled and Georgetown won on a coin flip, I would have just ended the episode. I would have had to yell.
Yeah.
I
Well,
would have
'cause
had
that-
to-
I don't know that Georgetown's played a team as good as Florida State.
They haven't. I don't know. I don't know why I picked Georgetown,
Villanova?
but I did.
It'd have to have been Villanova first time with Gillespie, because I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they were top like 11. They were 11th in the country, I think, when they played them the first time around.
Yeah.
and let it be known, Georgetown was under 500 going into the Big East tournament. So I don't think
Sure. Yeah, I'm not saying they're good. I didn't pick them.
I don't think
I
they're
know.
good
I'm
either.
just saying, I'm not sure
Let
the
it be
level of
known.
competition matters. What's that?
I was saying they have really good guard play, and if they get hot and can rebound somewhat efficiently, they could be scary.
Yeah.
Just-
That's
yeah.
I agree.
I like teams that won their conference. What can I say?
right, then you like Texas
pick
here.
Iona, bro. Iona won their conference.
I like teams that won their conference
did
that weren't
Alabama.
the 13 seed going in.
Michigan State versus Texas, and this is where it gets hairy for me. I think that assuming Michigan State wins the playing game and beats BYU, they will be hot enough to beat Texas. I saw a thing the other day on, I think it was Bleacher Report, that was like, it was like, never count out a Tom Izzo team, something like that. And I was like, yeah, a Tom Izzo team that hasn't won a championship in 21 years, never count them out, right? Never count them out all the way to the Final Four, I guess, because they're not making it to the championship game. That being said, I don't know. It might be one of those peaking at the right time situations, and I'm not saying Texas isn't. Obviously, they made the run and they won the Big 12 tournament, so Mark is probably going to nut over them. But I'll take Michigan State.
Texas. They got their best 3-point shooter back to you.
Texas.
I'll take the cancer kid here.
That's fair.
Let it be known.
Let it be known, that I'm not going to get a single point on this bracket challenge because I'm probably in all these games. Let it be known that I'll take Alabama by 100.
Yeah.
I like Alabama here. I don't think UConn beats teams better than them.
Just let it be known.
All right.
Wow, shocker! Another 1, 2, 3, 4 because of a goddamn coin flip. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it here.
Yeah. The coin flips are burning me here today, but
I mean, if you want me to just pick upsets, because I think it'd be fun for the show. You should have told me. I'm trying not.
No, it's not really what I want you to do. I don't know.
I feel like this is what happens when you get the larger the committee, the more chalk it's just probably gonna settle into, right? Because most people are gonna pick better teams, and then you're just gonna end up with chalk. I feel like, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. That being said, I took Michigan, not Michigan. I did not take Michigan. I took Florida State in the Sweet 16 for all the reasons that I said that LSU was going to beat Michigan, and Florida State is better.
I did it as well.
Yep.
Yeah. I would take Florida State in this game.
And then I took Alabama over Texas, not for any well-founded reason, to be honest with you. I watched a couple Alabama games down the stretch, and they're good at basketball. That was my analysis.
Alabama has 8 or 9 players shooting above 35% from 3, and they play perimeter defense well. Anyone who's watched Texas play this season knows that if you play defense, they just can't create shit. They can't create a shot. Their offense becomes nothing. I like Alabama. Kind of just roll them.
Not only do they shoot well outside, they have their 4th most in attempted 3-pointers a game. But
yeah, I wrote down that Alabama scares me in terms of making I say making a run. Obviously, I have this exact matchup in the Elite Eight. In terms of making a championship run, because they are they're a live by the 3, die by the 3 kind of team. And that can get you into a bad spot quickly. Into a bad spot. And then in the Elite Eight game here, I took Florida State almost for that reason. I think Florida State will pretty easily be able to out-rebound them. And if they can play any modicum of perimeter defense, I think they'll be able to slow down Alabama. I took Florida State here.
I like Alabama.
All right, then you'll have to let it be known.
Let me know. Austin took Alabama. All right. The Midwest region, which I think is another tricky region in certain spots. Some others not so much.
You want to just put Illinois in the Final Four now and then go back, or should we go game by game again?
We should go game by game.
Okay. I didn't know how you wanted to do this one.
Okay. We got Illinois beating Drexel, right?
Yeah.
This Loyola Chicago versus Georgia Tech game. I still can't tell whether or not Loyola Chicago is actually good. To be fair, I'm not sure Georgia Tech's all that good. They did win the ACC tournament.
They're not.
For what that's worth. I'm not sure it's worth much, but for what it's worth, right?
I think it's similar to Georgetown, in which they've won their March. They've won March for them. They're done. That's great. I pick Loyola Chicago only for next round because it'll be more fun when they lose.
I
like
picked
Loyola
Georgia Tech, but I don't
stomps.
care.
Loyola Chicago's just a good team.
I also picked Georgia Tech because I don't care.
All
Point
right,
flip
well,
time.
all right.
We
Point
got
flip time.
You're gonna mush me, you loser.
Oh, it's Georgia Tech time, baby.
You suck, Austin. You mush. I just
I
want.
don't really care.
Chicago.
I'd be fine with Loyola Chicago.
I picked Georgia Tech 2 in my bracket. I just wanted Loyola Chicago to get screwed against their big rival, which Illinois doesn't care about them at all.
Let me tell you, Loyola Chicago is going to win that game by more than 15.
Okay, and I won't be remotely surprised when
Let
Illinois
that
beats
be
them
known.
by 30 in the next round. So,
and it's our first 9 seed. Congrats, guys.
Did we have Mizzou? No, we didn't. Yeah, it is our first 9 seed. Now we look at that. We got an upset, a rare hot stove upset coming in here. Next up, Tennessee versus Oregon State. Similar to Georgetown, Oregon State sucks and they don't belong here. I took Tennessee.
Yep.
I mean, we should have said similar to UCSB or someone else, but sure, yeah. Tennessee. agree.
Yes. Oregon State, I'll give you a fun fact, has 3 quad 4 losses. You figure out for yourself what the hell a quad 4 team is.
That's like what did they play in Jackson State? What the hell?
Yeah, that's like absurd.
I think under Oregon State's like notable wins, the best win they have is like UNCG.
Let's see. It's Colorado. They beat Colorado.
Oh no, who the hell?
And USC
what
and Oregon
garbage
twice,
team.
and UCLA.
Oh, they're buns.
Yeah, no, they're really bad, and they can lose to really bad teams.
Yep.
Imagine what
Which
happens if they
Tennessee
play a
is
good
not.
team.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Oklahoma State because I was super duper awesomely high on Oklahoma State coming in. Obviously, I was talking to you guys about it during the Big 12 tournament run. And I think they got a really shit draw, to be fair. Just generally speaking, even if in our bracket they end up making it past this, they would, in order to get to the Elite Eight, they'd have to beat Liberty, presumably Tennessee, and presumably Illinois. That's brutal, legitimately brutal. Brutal to the point where I don't love it, but I think as a person who looks at what happens on the court, I think I might have to take Liberty in this first round. I don't know. I just feel like Liberty, they're coming in hot. I understand they haven't beaten any of their best wins against Mississippi State. Look at that. But I don't know. They got the experience. They're good at shooting the ball. They're pretty efficient. They might as well play better defense than Oklahoma State. I think I'm taking Liberty here.
I'm anti Cade Cunningham, but I don't know where Liberty even play, how they got in. So I pick Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State got robbed. Should have been a 3 seed. Beat every 3 seed. Had the most quad 1 wins. Beat Baylor. Should have just been a 3 seed. I think they stomped Liberty.
I do as well.
Trash. Let it be known.
I guess. I mean, I have Oklahoma State winning on my own bracket. I'm just.
This is the thing. It's all fun and games. Like, what an idiot. He picks Liberty. And then, like, Albion Christian's going to beat Texas, and Morehead State's going to win by 90. I mean, who knows? I mean, what are we talking about here?
San Diego State versus Syracuse. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like San Diego State isn't getting the respect they deserve.
I agree.
And, they were a top 10 team coming out last year, and I know last year hardly matters, kind of depending on the context, right?
Mhm.
It doesn't matter in a lot of cases. Where it does matter is the fact that pretty much the entire roster is still there this season for San Diego State. So that team that was a top 10 team would have gone into the tournament as a 2 seed last year before the Rona is all still around. I think to be shafted with a 6 seed, a little disrespectful to the Aztecs. And I'll take them over a team that I don't want to be mean to. I kind of do. I don't.
Be mean. I'm taking them anyway, so it doesn't
They're just
matter.
going to beat Syracuse. They're going to beat Syracuse. That's
Well, I'll tell you, Nunez. Scott Van Pelt would think you're a fool right now because here's the other team, the Cuse. And I said Virginia Tech had a 15% chance to make it to the Sweet 16. The Cuse on this rating had a 21% chance,
That's right, baby.
and I picked
That's
Syracuse.
that's
kind
just
of
absurd.
insane.
When Syracuse is a double-digit seed, they don't lose before the Sweet 16.
So we're gonna have to
Everybody
flip it.
knows this.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
cap. That's cap. San Diego State's just way better. They're also very good at defending the 3. Buddy Boeheim's not good at basketball, and he's the best player on that team. So
That's false. He is good at basketball.
Dolce
he won't
is
be
the best.
drafted. He won't be drafted, Buddy Boeheim, unless they pity draft him. I mean,
Nobody gets drafted.
He
from
can.
Syracuse.
I see him as a very Orlando Magic
Also-
second round pick.
when they
He's
play
also
two-
not going out. He's not leaving college this year. So
when they play 2-3 zone, they're below 90th on defensive ratings in all of college basketball, and we know that Boeheim doesn't care about what's good or bad. He just plays the 2-3 zone. So I'll let Syracuse rot in this game.
A couple
flip the
things.
coin.
Josh, did you take Syracuse?
Yeah, SVP told me to.
All right, just a couple things to note. San Diego State, top 15 defense, top 20 in experience, 37.5% as a team from 3.
This is the madness you want. Come on.
Thank
Damn it.
Christ.
I finally won one.
For once. For once. We got one here.
Cold. I'm cold.
West
Against
Virginia,
my bet.
Morehead State. Is West Virginia good?
Yes.
Who knows?
Yes.
I think
Actually, wait, no, they're like 5-7 versus top 25 teams.
Yeah, they're good against garbage like Morehead.
I
Yeah,
think
they'll
they're
win
just
this game.
I just don't think they could beat the best teams. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they can compete, but they just can't beat them.
Yeah, I wasn't questioning whether they. I had them beating.
I
Morehead
believe
State.
they also lost to Gonzaga, didn't they?
Yeah, but that was single digits, I believe.
Yeah.
Baylor by 5, Gonzaga by 5,
Yeah.
split with a lot of teams.
West Virginia also, fun fact, their best player just walked away from the team within the first 2 weeks of the season. He was just like, "Nah, I'm gonna go prep for the draft."
Yeah. So
The program.
I'll take West Virginia, but
Yeah. Same here.
All right, Clemson versus Rutgers. I don't know a single damn
Cle-
thing about either of these teams.
Clemson and Florida have to be the 2 biggest poser trash that got 7 seeds for nothing in the entire tournament. I'll take Rutgers to cover and win by whatever. I
give
take
me Rutgers as well.
by whatever they're down by.
I think Clemson's actually a really good team. I like Clemson.
I mean, if we're going off of what I had on my personal bracket, we're headed to a coin flip, baby.
Okay.
Here we go again.
Chalk.
Tails never fails, Mark.
Tails never fails, and it's going to be Rutgers getting
I don't-
clapped by Houston in the second round. So
Yeah, I don't really care about that game, to be honest. Couldn't matter to me.
unless you think Cleveland State's got a sneaky case here,
Nope.
No.
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 All right. Hey, at least we might have. I don't know. We got some fun here, right? Illinois versus Georgia Tech. Anybody? Anyone?
Illinois.
Anyone?
Yep.
No.
Loyola
Austin, got any
Chicago
stats
makes
about
it a
that?
good game now. Loyola Chicago will make that a good game with Illinois.
You lose by 15 instead of 20.
Well, Illinois has 6 losses, let's remember. Maybe 7. I mean, they're not that good. Let's calm down.
Illinois, I have a fun stat about Illinois. They're 8-5 when their opponents shoot 35% or better from three.
Pretty good.
It's pretty
is
good,
it.
but also not that good.
Yeah, pretty bad. Question mark, Mark. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
That's not a good stat.
Yeah.
That means they could be exploited behind.
Yeah, that's not a good stat for a number 1 seed.
I'm just saying.
What's
I'm
the
just
Cuse's
throwing
line
stuff
when
out there.
opponents? What's the Cuse's win-loss when opponents?
Probably 0
No, if we're going back, I think they're 0 for their last 109.
How many times have they even let someone shoot like under 35%?
That's right.
That's fair. Tennessee, Oklahoma State. Again, I feel bad. I like Oklahoma State. I think they're outmatched. I think Tennessee's going to beat them.
Yeah, I do as well.
I think
We'll have to. Oh, you said Oklahoma State too?
Yeah.
All right.
That was a coin flip time.
I think better players.
I was gonna have to let it be known.
We're gonna lose. Don't worry.
No, that's
Hey,
God
That's
damn it.
Oklahoma State. Shit.
Hey!
Oh boy,
Turning it around.
gonna be another 1-4 matchup in the Sweet 16.
Those
Yeah.
dang 50-50 odds coming back to bite me.
I do have San Diego State beating West Virginia for the many reasons I've already talked about.
I had Syracuse beating West Virginia. So
I think San Diego State's underrated. I think they're underseeded as a 16, as a 6 seed. Did they end up winning their conference tournament? They did.
well, no, they're in the Pac-12.
yeah.
They're not in the Pac-12.
No, they're in the Mountain West.
No, they.
Oh.
Yeah, they're in the Mountain West. They did not win.
Oh, who the hell did they lose to? Pathetic.
We
I'm looking
already
at-
talked about this, didn't we? It was
Boise. Oh, Utah State.
yeah, Utah State.
Oh,
Did Utah State win?
I thought so.
I don't even remember. Who cares?
yeah. It doesn't matter really, but you know, I'll let Nunez get one. I'll pick San Diego State.
I like West Virginia. They're
Dog in this fight.
they're
I like
just
San Diego State.
Way better.
Oh,
teams.
I thought Mark had West Virginia. I thought you guys
No,
were.
like I said, I had them losing to Syracuse, so I
Okay.
think they're going to lose to San Diego State.
Yeah, and I got Houston beating Rutgers as well.
Yep.
Yeah, Houston beating Rutgers. Let it be known. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I think Houston's actually poopy cheeks.
Yeah,
oh.
I too think the best defensive team in the country is pretty bad.
I don't know. What are we talking about? Defense? Defense? Mistake?
I think the
Defense.
best defensive team in the country who can also score pretty
Yeah,
efficiently is very bad.
They average 20 more points than they give up.
That's ridiculous, actually.
They average 77 point something
they-
points, and yeah,
Don't they play in the AAC?
They play
believe
in
so.
the American Conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, the All American. I mean, who's their best competition?
Look at that BPI rank.
3.
Nasty.
They've lost 3 games in their comp. I'm trying to figure out who they'd even
Who
play.
did Illinois lose to? I mean, Illinois is like
I know
7
Illinois
losses.
has some bad losses. I get it. I'm just saying. I'm
Well,
out.
every team has losses. I don't understand what the concept is here.
except for Gonzaga.
Yeah.
Except for Gonzaga. You have to be Gonzaga to be a good team.
That's not what I'm saying.
Well,
I think
That's not what Josh is saying. Josh hates Gonzaga, remember?
It's true. I just like quality wins, and you can
What
lose.
about Drake? Why does
Oh,
Drake have
dude.
4 losses? Where does
I don't
Drake
know.
play, huh?
a
Big Drake
bum
fan.
and- well, Loyola Chicago beat him twice. I'm pretty sure. And I don't know.
Have some respect.
Drake plays in the bum conference.
Yep.
That's where Drake plays.
They play with Loyola Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah, in the bum conference.
Sure, I agree. Sister Jean's a.
Why did they lose so many games?
Illinois versus Oklahoma State.
Yep.
Illinois.
Illinois.
And then San Diego State versus Houston. I have San Diego State winning this game. I will say this, other than the Ohio State Arkansas game, this was the toughest game for me to pick in the whole lot. This is going to be a game that's like, again, kind of like I mentioned earlier with the Georgetown game. This game's going to be like 54-17 52 or something like that. The two teams that are this good at defense, or maybe they're just going to cancel each other out and they're going to have a combined score of like 180. Who knows? If that's the case, then I'll take Houston. But if it's the opposite, if it's a low-scoring game, I think I might lean towards San Diego State.
I have Houston.
Houston.
I like SDSU. Let's go to a coin flip for you, Nunez. I'll ride with you this bracket.
Oh, tails never fails. Just remember that.
Let it be known I have Houston winning the title.
Let it
You
be known.
got it.
Yes,
Let
I
it
do.
be known I have Houston in my title game. So that's fine.
Okay.
They feel like that sometimes, you know. This is the karma that Mark gets for getting his first 5 coin flips on nothing.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
loses where it matters. All right.
My title
Plus-
team loses in the
Thank you.
Sweet 16.
All right.
Illinois.
Would you take Illinois over San Diego State? I would.
Yeah, sure would.
I'll take San Diego State for the fact that I think Illinois' schedule's too tough. They won't win through that schedule. So
I think it's fair. I think that's
That's
absolutely
a fair point. Yeah.
Yeah, Loyola Chicago. Drexel.
Uh,
I actually was listening to a podcast today where some guy goes, you know what? Someone asked me a question, goes, which team do you think has a chance to just get bounced early? He's got no shot to make it. And he goes, well, he didn't give any other stipulations, so I said Drexel.
yeah. In terms of good teams, I've already given my answer. It's Michigan. I have them losing in the second round.
I agree.
Final four
Illinois-
time.
Illinois would beat this fucking sorry ass San Diego State team. Let's be honest.
They would be who?
Beat
San
this
Diego.
sorry ass San Diego State team.
Yeah.
Even with the wear and tear.
Final four time. Gonzaga, Florida State. That right there, that's going to be the People's Championship right there. I'm not sure it gets any better than that game
Yeah.
in terms of a matchup here. You have a team that's as big and physical as Florida State that can defend that well against a team like Gonzaga, who, like I said, I've already mentioned, they got 2 lottery picks. They got another guy who might be going in the first round. This might be the heavyweight matchup that we need in this NCAA tournament. That being said,
Gonzaga wins by 10.
you know Gonzaga. Have you seen the stat? Gonzaga has
While you're looking for that, I'll say, yeah, Illinois, for your point, Austin, let's have them face the hardest road ever. So I'll give them Gonzaga, too. I don't care. Gonzaga. Or beat them, too.
I'll say Gonzaga beats Florida State.
Gonzaga has won like 21 straight games by double digits or something like that.
Yeah.
I think if Gonzaga really gets that quadrant and then gets Florida State, I think this is just, I mean, they'll have the easiest road to a final of mostly any team I could imagine. So I don't know.
Remember when Texas Tech made it by playing no seed that was higher than like a
Yeah.
Evan a couple years ago? Let's not forget that, you know?
Yeah.
Good team, I think he's mean, right? Wasn't Texas Tech like a 4 or 3?
Yeah. There were 4, I think.
Something like that, yeah. But like all the upsets happened around them, so like they played dick fuck nobody. They played Loyola Chicago. They put in they did.
You just said the same team twice.
Then Arkansas, Illinois, I also think is a pretty interesting game. Stylistically, I picked Illinois. I
Fighting Illinois.
but you know what? I
Illini.
say F it. I'm gonna switch. We're switch. Go Arkansas.
I'm also going to go Arkansas. Like I said, I didn't have Illinois in this game. I had Arkansas losing to Houston, but I think Arkansas beats Illinois.
Dude, let's go, Mark.
I think Illinois would win this game if it happens.
Well, don't matter. We're going to a coin flip, in which we will take Arkansas.
Jesus.
And then in the hypothetical
Well, now I know who
Arkansas
wins.
Gonzaga title win,
Gonzaga wins by 20.
Well,
I don't know about by 20.
No, but Gonzaga wins this game.
who's to say?
Who's to say? I mean, I say.
I
I'm
also
to
think
say.
Gonzaga wins if this is the final. Arkansas, a lot of people have them going on a run.
I do personally
They
myself.
score a lot of points.
Yeah, the Zags.
I think there's something to be said if Arkansas goes on the run that we have them projected on. Beating Texas Tech, then Ohio State, then Baylor, then Illinois.
Yeah, that's a team.
I'd imagine that if that situation happened, screw it. Give me Arkansas. on the
Yeah,
plate.
I agree, but
But even then, against Gonzaga, who's walked through nobody.
Yeah, I mean they have talk about not battle tested.
Fair. No, I like Gonzaga.
talk about not battle tested
No,
being
yeah.
4 top 10 teams
I mean
in a
Gonzaga's
row to
just
start
better.
the year.
Gonzaga's just better.
We're making our score prediction for this Gonzaga Arkansas game.
This one I think would be a little more high scoring. I'd give it like 85 to 80.
Yeah, I was thinking like 82 to 71.
Yeah, I'd see mid 80s to mid 70s.
Let's cut it at like 83 to 78. Something
I'm
like
cool with that.
Sure.
It works for me.
and that's it. We've submitted. I mean, the coin flips fucked us here, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They made this the coin flips made this a lot less fun. They made this a lot less
Coin
chaotic.
flips were tough. I mean, can you
Yeah, the
say?
coin flips did not break in a fun way. They broke in a on paper accurate way.
Looks like I lost 8 out of 10 coin flips.
Have you been keeping track?
I think I was 7 for
Yeah. I lost 8 out of 10 coin flips. Josh lost just the 3. He went 7 for 10 on coin flips. Mark lost 4. He went 6 out of 10 on coin flips, it looks like.
So what you're telling me is to find a West Coast game right now and put some big money on the second half.
And Nunez, you went 50-50, it looks
The
like.
Pelicans are up by 7 on the Trailblazers, just about to end the first quarter.
Ooh, get up
There
by
it is.
Dame Dollar with McCollum
Oh,
on
yeah.
his back.
Portland
I
money
thought you
line.
retired.
McCollum?
No,
No,
I thought you
you
retired from
retired.
gambling.
Whoa, Mark. It was a week. I took a week off.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were back. It's good to have you back.
Last week, and I'll say this on the show yet. Last week, you know you're a bad gambler when your bookie sends you the money you want with a shocking face.
Yeah, I told him that's a sign that you need to stop.
All right, we've done it.
Yeah, that was our bracket.
Yep.
We'll see how it goes in terms of the group itself. You know, tournament starts on Thursday, so that's cool.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Forgot
You'll
what I was
be
gonna
there?
say. Oh, I didn't ask. We should talk about this. So I want you guys to tell me who your final 4 was, and who your champion is. Like in your own personal.
Yeah. My final 4 was Virginia, Florida State, OSU, and Illinois. And then I had Virginia versus Illinois, and I had Illinois winning.
I had Gonzaga versus Michigan and Arkansas versus Houston, and I had Houston beating Gonzaga 78 to 73.
I had Gonzaga, Alabama, Baylor, Houston. Alabama beating Houston.
I had Gonzaga. I had the exact final. I had the exact thing that we had on the hot stove bracket.
Oh,
I had Gonzaga, Florida State, Arkansas, and Illinois. I had Gonzaga beating Arkansas in the national championship game.
Wow.
What's the final score? You got the same one of those two?
No, I had it at 79-74. That was my final score.
Well, this guy gets his way, man. It's his bracket.
I
Yep.
didn't want it to be. I had many more upsets than we had in our bracket.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm going to change it a trillion times between now and Thursday. I
That's
don't feel comfortable with the way that panned out.
do you make one bracket, right?
Me?
Talking to me about like he has like 4 brackets. And I'm like,
No.
how? What do you?
There's no use. There's no point.
That's what I'm
I've
saying.
got 2.
2 maybe, but like in case you like swap the winner or something, maybe.
Yeah.
I sometimes I'll probably do a second one that's like a maximum insanity bracket.
Sure.
It's not like I'll pick all the lower seeds, but I'll pick if everything swings in a crazy way.
Yeah, like Gonzaga loses to the second round matchup.
Right. If they somehow lose to Mizzou, like what happens?
Yeah.
You know, like that kind of
Yeah.
a thing, right? Like I'll go nuts on a second bracket like that. But other than that, no, there's no point in me making.
That's what I'm saying. What are
Yeah.
you talking about? 4 bracket. I was like, but he doesn't watch enough, I guess. Is his? He's like, I don't watch, so I'll see what happens. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
Make sure I wasn't crazy for only making one booking bracket.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyways, that has been our. Oh, I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure that we are all set there before I accidentally close it out. So, my bracket. Cool. We should be good. All right, we are good on that. So that was our March Madness selection show. Be sure to join us next week. We'll be doing our fantasy baseball draft live on the show next Tuesday night. So we'll probably have a couple of special guests on the show, a couple of people from the league. We'll have them come join us. And as of right now, we have 10 people in the league. We got 2 spots left open. So hopefully those fill out between now and next Tuesday. Yeah, in the meantime, make sure to follow us on Twitter at Hot Stove Pod. It's at Hot Stove Pod on Twitter. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, hit the notification button, and leave a comment if you feel like comment. Comment who you have winning the national championship. Do you have Abilene Christian making a run to the Sweet 16? You shouldn't, but maybe you do, right? Do you have West Virginia winning the championship? You shouldn't, but maybe you do. Let us know down in the comments below. Josh is saying you're smoking the rock if you do that, which he's not wrong. But anyways, we'll join it. We'll see you next week. Thank you for watching. We love you. Goodbye.
Peace.
Mm.